Electro gives us an update on the Spawn movie. Okay, I'm kidding there. I'm kidding there. But before we get into that, let you guys know this is AWO here, in order, bringing you another video. And yes, before we get into this topic, that's gonna be down in the description down below. I just wanted to let you guys know. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about this video, click the notification bell for streams and videos that come up. Yes, I am back this month. Be on the lookout for She-Hulk reviews, spoiler reviews. Probably every Saturday. This show comes out on Thursdays, right? It's coming out on Thursday, so I'll probably do the spoiler review on a Saturday of the week. So and September would be Amazon and so on, and also be looking for movie reviews, video game streams, TV stuff, and regular news, entertainment news, sports news, whatever. Be on looking for that. But yes, let's get into this topic, guys. Look, this is not a Marvel or DC topic, guys. This is an Image Comics topic. If you know Image Comics, you know it's an independent comics that a bunch of writers from DC and Marvel back in the early 90s started created because they were tired of how Marvel and DC were running things. And this is founded by Tom McFarlane and a bunch of other writers. And Tom McFarlane has created this very popular character back in the 90s who was on his way to being up there and upper tier as Batman and Spider-Man because it was a new comic book company that had very popular writers, right? Image, and this character that Tom McFarlane created was Spawn, Hell Spawn. Al Simmons, Spawn. As you know, 97 did that movie with Michael J. White as Spawn, John Leguizamo as Clown, Martin Sheen as Jason Wynn. But after since that, the HBO show was around that time. But after that, Spawn's popularity has really has peaked rather quickly, and it's never reached the heights where Marvel and DC is now. Marvel and DC has maintained the heights. There's no peak for that kind of stuff. Well, Spawn kind of did. Well, if you're very deep into comics, Spawn is still well liked, but nobody talks about Spawn like it's a mainstream comic book character anymore. At one point it was, but not anymore. But we got news today. Jamie Foxx was interviewed, and he gave us an update on the Spawn movie. It's been in development for like years and years, and we barely got any updates. We know Tom McFarlane is writing it. He wants to direct it. He wants everything. He wants to produce it. He wants like total full control. I understand. It's his baby. Spawn's his baby. And Jamie Foxx, who's barely was attached, I guess it's confirmed he's pretty much agreed to play Spawn in an interview. Gave it an update on it. And it's also talk about Jeremy Renner, famous for Hawkeye in the MCU. It's rumored to play the Detective Twitch. If you know Spawn, do you know there's Detective Salmon Twitch? He's one of the glasses in the comics. But here is the article, and it was actually on video, as you see here. But I'm not gonna do the video. But we're gonna go down the article. You can actually check the video on comicbook.com's YouTube channel, though. A movie based on Tom McFarlane's Image Comics character Spawn has been in the works for quite some time. Yes. But now Jamie Foxx, who is set to star in the film, is offering some pretty big updates of his own, revealing to us that the film is special and original while comparing it to another original take on a comic book Joker. So he wants it to be like a Joker movie. I guess their approach to this movie is like the Joker movie. I will tell you this. I talked to Todd, and the thing is that we want to craft something that is so special because I remember seeing the first Spawn movies. Well, it's actually only one Spawn movie, but okay. And then seeing HBO versions, and so we have something that is almost like an original. Without giving too much away, Fox said. But it starts in a way that's so cool, and it's not big budget, and that's what I love about it. It's sort of like how they did the Joker. Yes, Joker was a big budget. Joker, yes, is here, but the story about the man who was in a fire, it's the same with what we're doing with this. And so we're just like getting this right, cooking it right, but staying in contact, keeping the energy going, and when we lay it on you, there's going to be some moments where you go, oh man, you've been watching everybody shoot their shot, and now we're getting to shoot our. And Tom McFarlane said there's progress on it. He did. And he said there's going to be an update in October, maybe. There's also rumors there might be a show instead of a movie, but we'll see. So he says it's not obviously it's not gonna be. I heard it's gonna be it's gonna be Blumhouse that's producing it. You know they're more famous for horror style movies, and they don't shell out 150 200 million for their projects. Like a lot of like Disney does, Warner Brothers does, Amazon for their stuff. Because obviously Disney for the Marvel and Star Wars that they have to because a lot of actors have to get paid, but also the effects, obviously, especially in Marvel movies. But the thing is, Spawn is a horror character. If you think about it, superhero, more of a superhero, supernatural horror character, and he will. So you're gonna have a low budget. My guess they're not gonna show much power of him in this because he's extremely powerful. Spawn, at first, he's still powerful compared to a human and stuff, but as time goes on, he develops his powers, and his powers are his magic is extremely powerful, very powerful, and he does have a meter. If he uses all his magic, he does go back to hell. True. That's why he doesn't like to use magic at times because he doesn't want to go back to fucking hell. So he uses his guns, right? Weapons, assault rifles, whatever. He's a trained military man. So maybe that they'll use here and they'll limit his magic. So the CGI don't have to use as much CGI so they can limit his magic. But from what I read, Todd and what Todd says, he wants to make Spawn more of a background character and focus on Sam and Twitch as the main characters, figuring out what's happening, how these people are maybe dying, like some of these mobsters or whatever. There's other people dying in a way that doesn't seem like a human possibly could do, because no human could possibly kill someone like this, right? It's puzzling them. So maybe something else is at work here. Maybe they went into Spawn a couple of times to see the green glowing eyes. Big giant figure with green glowing eyes, and a red cloak with spikes on his arms, chains. You know how if you know what Spawn looks like, and they get to know him that this guy is, well, a house Spawn. He's not evil. He's not bad. I mean, he's flawed. Alzheimer's is flawed. He's done some terrible things, but he has a conscience. He's not a bad person overall. He's just flawed basically. I mean, his whole reason for coming back was to see his wife. One, that's the only good thing he claims is seeing his wife. That's the whole reason he made the deal with Malboja. You know, apparently to be the general in his army. The general of his army, leads Armageddon, the apocalypse, whatever you want to call it, and he refuses. Right? Because he has a conscience. Of course he refuses. He just think about it. If you have the apocalypse happens, Wanda could die. And right now in the comics, Wanda is dead. As comes from Spawn Resurrection, that's 2015, Wanda's dead. But they're not going to go to that. I don't think they're going to do that. They're probably, if how I could see it is, the detectives are trying to figure out what this creature's all about. And maybe this creature's not all as bad, right? Like, there's been, supernatural creatures in the past movies where they're flawed. They're not exactly what they seem to be. They're not exactly evil. And Spawn is not an evil guy. Alzheimer's is not evil. Made mistakes, but flawed. But I'm very hopeful for this. I want to see a Spawn movie. I really want to. The 97 movie, well, it was not exactly Spawn-like because it was PG. I didn't think it was that bad. It's kind of stayed true to the lore, and I thought Clown was amazing. I thought John Leguizamo nailed Clown out of the park. It wasn't as bad, but yeah. So there's gonna be like Joker didn't have much budget behind it. I think it was like maybe 70 to 100 million, and they made it work. But the thing is, it's Batman with Batman lore mythology. I don't think you need CGI, huge amount of CGI and VFX, unless you have characters like Poison Ivy, Clayface. And I don't even think you need it for Mr. Freeze. You can just develop a gun that can freeze people. But I think for the Batman kind of stuff, you don't need a lot of VFX and CGI. But if you do Superman, yeah, you have more. You probably need more of that. If you Wonder Woman, you're doing that. If you have the Justice League stuff, you probably need that. Of course, Marvel has to because they have power. They have people with powers and like green screen stuff. And for Batman, you can just do location on set, whatever. the greens. They don't need much green screen for Batman kind of stuff. I'll tell you that. But if Batman have to do superpowered beings, and cities are not real. I mean, Gotham's not real, but you can always make a city look like Gotham. Or for example, Gorilla City, stuff like that. Yeah. you don't need much VFX or CGI for Batman stuff. But for Spawn, it doesn't sound like they're gonna do that because of lower budget. But maybe a little bit. You might need a little bit of CGI VFX for Spawn because he's a supernatural character with magic, with powers, right? The necroplasm, the green stuff. I mean, the guy could fire green necroplasm energy beams at you. His eyes are necroplasm. It's basically glowing. His telekinesis, telepathy. He's a telepath. He doesn't use it much because he doesn't really use magic. He can climb walls. What else? And there's a lot of abilities he can do. I'm gonna surprise you guys. He could slow down time, and if he really wants to, he could change reality. He could teleport. He could fly. He could transform himself into bats, but they're not gonna do that, obviously. Not gonna spawn early on, but yeah, this is a good update. Hopefully we hear something from Tom McFarlane. He said Comic-Con around there that October he might have an update on Spawn. And also, if you're a huge Spawn Batman fan like I am, crossover coming for December. Greg Capullo and Tom McFarlane working on a crossover, Spawn and Batman, once again, a third time. But yeah, guys, I'm looking forward to this if it's true. I know it's been a long time. I know Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner are apparently in it. Jamie Foxx says he's 100% confirmed. I don't know about Jeremy Renner. He hasn't said anything about it. Hopefully, if they ever, hey, comic book, whoever, if you ever interview Jeremy Renner in the next few days, please ask him about Spawn if it's true that he's Twitch. If that's true. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Click on the notification bell for updates and stuff. Remember, this month, She-Hulk reviews every Saturday because the show comes on Thursday, and I'll do the reviews every Saturday. And then the next month we'll do Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and then we're gonna do some movie reviews: Black Adam, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and other stuff. Yeah, and now look out for video game streams, regular streams about topics, anything. It could be comic book streams, video game streams, whatever, and just general streams. Look up for random videos about certain topics or breaking news, comes from entertainment industry, sports industry, wrestling, and yeah. And sometimes I'll make fun videos, parodies. I'll make stuff up, parody stuff like that. I'll have fun with you guys. I like to joke around a bit. But yeah. So this is AWO, and Order is out. Take care, guys.